The night sky over Earth was quiet. Stars shined far above, calm and cold. But tonight something new broke that peace. High in the dark, a strange light appeared. At first, people thought it was only a falling star. But the light did not burn out. It grew bigger, brighter, until it was clear. This was no star. All across the world, governments watched their radar screens. Military bases sounded alarms. A massive ship was entering Earth's orbit. Smooth, silver, and alive with glowing lines, it looked like nothing humans had ever built. It moved with no rockets, no smoke, only silent power. Fear spread fast. Was this an invasion? Would they attack? Or was this the end of Earth as humans knew it? In the middle of this chaos, one man was called from his quiet life. His name was Dr. Alex Carter, a young scientist working in a small lab. He was an expert in languages and human psychology. He never imagined the government would need him for something this big. But his phone rang, and within hours he was on a secret jet flying to a hidden base in the desert. Alex stared out of the window as the jet roared through the night. His mind raced. Why me? What can I do against aliens? He whispered to himself. No answer came, only the low hum of the engines. At the base, soldiers rushed everywhere, their faces tense. Huge screens showed the alien ship floating above Earth. No weapons had fired yet. The world was holding its breath. Dr. Carter, a general said, meeting him at the landing strip. You've been chosen for first contact. The aliens asked. For one human, a scientist, not a soldier. That's you. Alex froze. His chest tightened. First contact with aliens? Alone? His hands shook, but he nodded. I'll do it. Inside the base, deep underground, a special room was prepared. White walls, bright lights, cameras in every corner. Soldiers stood behind glass, ready for anything. In the middle was a single chair for Alex, and then the air changed. A glowing circle appeared in the room like a doorway made of light. From it stepped a figure. At first, Alex thought it was human. She walked on two legs, had arms, hands, even a face. But her beauty was otherworldly. Her skin glowed faintly, smooth like crystal. Her eyes were silver, reflecting the room like mirrors. Her hair floated around her head as if touched by invisible wind. She wore a long suit of silver fabric that moved like water. Everyone watching went silent. This was the alien diplomat. She spoke, her voice calm, soft, yet strong. The words were strange, flowing like music. Then, to Alex's shock, the words shifted, twisting into English. I am Leora, she said, sent by my people to speak for peace. Alex swallowed hard. He stood up slowly. I am Dr. Alex Carter. Welcome to Earth. His voice cracked, but he forced himself to stay calm. Leora tilted her head, her silver eyes studying him. A faint smile touched her lips. A scientist, not a soldier. Good. We wish for peace, not war. Behind the glass, generals whispered nervously. Was this true? Or was it a trap? Alex tried to focus. Why have you come here? He asked. Leora's eyes glowed softly. Our worlds are not so different. We bring knowledge, trade, and friendship. Her words were smooth, almost too smooth. Every sentence felt carefully chosen to charm him. Alex's chest tightened. Something about her was strange. Not just alien, but dangerous. It was as if every movement, every smile was designed to control human hearts. She was more than a diplomat. She was a weapon of influence. Still, Alex couldn't look away. Her beauty pulled at him like gravity. For a moment, he forgot the soldiers, the generals, the cameras. It felt like only the two of them existed. Leora stepped closer. Her eyes locked on his. The room grew silent. Alex felt his pulse quicken. You are different, she whispered so low only he could hear. Not like the others. Alex froze. Different, what did she mean? The soldiers behind the glass shifted nervously, not knowing what was said. Alex tried to respond, but no words came out. Leora leaned back, her calm mask returning. She smiled again, Now for the cameras. "We wish to begin talks," she said, loudly, but Alex felt a chill. That private whisper stayed in his head. Why had she singled him out? Why had her eyes lingered on him longer than any human could stand? The generals nodded, relieved. Maybe this could work. Maybe peace was possible. But Alex wasn't sure. Deep inside, something told him this was only the beginning. As Leora left through the glowing doorway, her silver eyes glanced at him one last time. Not at the generals, not at the cameras, only at him. Alex shivered. He didn't know it yet, but that single look would change not just his life, but the fate of two worlds. The desert base had grown quiet after Leora's first appearance. Soldiers kept their eyes on screens, generals whispered in secret rooms, and the world outside waited for news. But inside his quarters, Dr. Alex Carter could not sleep. He sat on the edge of the narrow bed, staring at the ceiling. His mind replayed every moment of the meeting. Leora's voice, her perfect calm, her silver eyes that had locked on him and no one else. Her whisper still echoed in his head. "You are different." Different how? He was just a scientist. Not a soldier. Not a hero. Why would she single him out? Alex rubbed his eyes. He wanted to believe she truly came for peace. But something inside him whispered a warning. Something about her felt too perfect. Too controlled. The base clock read 2 a.m. when Alex finally gave up on sleep. He walked to the small window. The desert night stretched endless and dark. Stars burned bright above, and among them, the alien ship hovered like a silent guardian. No engines, no sound, just floating there, watching Earth. A sudden flicker caught his eye. Out on the sand, not far from the base fence, a faint light pulsed. It was not a guard's flashlight. It was soft, rhythmic, like a signal. His heart quickened. Curiosity pulled him. Without thinking, he left his room and moved quietly through the halls. The guards at the main gate didn't notice him slip out. The desert air was cool against his skin. Each step sank in the sand. He followed the light until he reached a low dune. And then he froze. Leora stood there, alone. Her glowing skin shimmered, faintly under the stars. She raised her hand and a small device floated before her, projecting beams of silver light into the sky. Strange symbols formed in the air. Alien language. The beams shot upward, disappearing into the dark. She was sending a message. Alex's breath caught. She wasn't supposed to do this. "Leora," he whispered. She turned sharply, her silver eyes flashing. For a moment her calm mask broke. Fear crossed her face. "You should not be here," she said softly. "What are you doing?" Alex demanded. His voice was low, but his chest was tight with panic. "Are you contacting your people? Why hide it from us?" Leora lowered the device. The glowing symbols faded. She stepped closer, her voice almost pleading. "This is not what you think. I am not here to harm your world. But I must tell my people I have found something unusual." "Unusual?" Alex asked. Her eyes locked onto his. "You?" Alex's mouth went dry. "Me? What does that mean?" Leora hesitated. For the first time, she looked uncertain, even vulnerable. "I was trained to resist emotions, to remain above human weakness, but when I look at you, my heart changes. My body reacts in ways it should not. You are dangerous to me, Alex Carter." His stomach turned. She spoke with such honesty it scared him. "I'm just a man," he said, shaking his head. "There's nothing special about me." "You are wrong," Leora whispered. "Your kind was never meant to touch mine in this way. Yet here you stand and I cannot control myself." Alex felt the desert spin around him. Was she telling the truth? Or was this another trick, another layer of her mission? Before he could speak again, a sharp alarm echoed from the base. Red lights flashed across the fences. Soldiers shouted in the distance. Someone had detected the signal. Leora's eyes widened. They are coming, she said. She stepped forward, so close Alex could feel the faint warmth of her glowing skin. You must choose. Tell them I forced you to come here, save yourself, or keep my secret and stand with me. Alex's chest pounded. He saw the soldiers' flashlights sweeping closer. Any second they would find them both. I don't even know who you really are, he whispered. Her silver eyes softened. For the first time, she looked almost human. I am Leora, but I am also my people's weapon. They sent me to charm your leaders, to bend your world to their will. That was my mission. Alex's blood ran cold. It was the truth he had feared. She wasn't just a diplomat, she was a weapon of persuasion. The flashlights were closer now. Boots pounded against the sand. But something happened, Leora said quickly, desperation in her voice. I broke my orders. I told you the truth. Do you see what that means? Alex hesitated. Soldiers burst over the dune, weapons raised. Their shouts filled the night. Leora lifted her hands, letting the strange device vanish into the sand. She did not resist. Her silver eyes, however, never left Alex. General Stone's voice boomed as he approached. Dr. Carter, step away from her. Now! Alex's throat tightened. Every soldier's gun was aimed at her glowing body. He knew one word from him could decide her fate. Leora's whisper reached him, soft and sharp as a blade. Do not betray me. Alex stood frozen, caught between Earth and the unknown, between his duty and something far stranger, the bond forming between a human and an alien weapon. As soldiers surrounded them, the desert wind howled across the dunes. The mission was no longer simple diplomacy. It was something far more dangerous, and Alex had no idea whose side he was truly on. The desert base was never quiet again after that night. Soldiers doubled their patrols. Generals whispered about betrayal, and Dr. Alex Carter carried a secret that burned inside him. He had seen Leora's true mission with his own eyes. She was not only a diplomat, she was a weapon, a tool designed to bend human hearts and control leaders. But she had confessed something she wasn't supposed to. She had confessed that he, a simple human scientist, had broken through her training. That thought would not leave his mind. Days passed, but Alex couldn't stop remembering the look in her silver eyes when she said, "You are dangerous, to me." He didn't know if it was a trick or the truth, yet when she looked at him he felt something he could not explain. The generals did not trust her anymore. They ordered strict rules. Leora would only speak during official talks, never alone. But Alex noticed something strange. Whenever she entered the room, lights flickered, monitors glitched. The air itself seemed charged. It was as if her very presence disrupted Earth's machines. One evening, Alex sat in the observation chamber reading notes. He was supposed to prepare questions for the next meeting. Instead, he found his thoughts drifting. He tapped his pen against the table, lost in memory. Then the lights dimmed. He looked up. Leora stood behind the glass, in her secured chamber. She wasn't supposed to be there at this hour. Her glowing skin shimmered faintly in the dark. She lifted her hand and touched the glass. Alex's heart skipped. Slowly, almost without thought, he rose and stepped closer. Her voice came through the speakers, soft and low. Do you feel it too? Alex frowned. Feel what? The energy, she whispered. When we are near each other, the world changes. Machines break, air trembles. Do you not see? He swallowed. I see something, but I don't understand it. Her silver eyes locked on him. It is not supposed to happen. My people trained me to resist. No human should affect me. But you, she shook her head slightly. You break every law I was taught. Alex pressed his palm to the glass. He didn't know why. He just felt drawn to her. And then it happened. The lights exploded in a bright flash. Sparks rained from the ceiling. Every monitor in the room went black. Alarm screamed through the base. Alex stumbled back, shielding his eyes. When the lights returned, he saw soldiers rushing into the hallways. The whole base was in chaos. But Leora, she looked calm, almost peaceful. What just happened? Alex shouted over the alarms. Her gaze lowered, almost in fear. It is the bond. It grows stronger. And now the others will know. The others? Alex asked. She placed her hand gently against her stomach. His eyes widened. No, you can't mean... Her silence was the answer. Alex's blood ran cold. This was impossible. She had only been here a short time. But something had already begun inside her. Something that no alien scientist, no human doctor, could have predicted. He shook his head. That can't be real. It's not possible. Leora's silver eyes shimmered, almost wet with something like tears. It is real, and it is forbidden. Before Alex could reply, the chamber doors burst open. General Stone stormed in, his voice sharp. Carter, away from her! Soldiers pointed rifles. The alarm still blared. Smoke curled from broken machines. Stone's face was hard. She's hiding something. That surge wasn't an accident. We can't trust her anymore. Alex raised his hands. Wait, she didn't. But Stone cut him off. Enough. She'll be moved to a high-security cell, and you, Carter, you're too close to her. You'll be reassigned. Two guards grabbed Alex's arms. He struggled. No, listen to me. You don't understand. Leora stood silent, her glowing figure framed by the broken lights. Her eyes stayed on Alex, steady and unblinking, even as soldiers surrounded her. In that moment, Alex realized something. Whatever bond had formed between them, it was not just in his imagination. It was real, powerful, dangerous, and it was no longer a secret. As they dragged him from the room, Alex shouted, Don't hurt her, please! But the generals were already giving orders. Lock her down, double the guard, and prepare for questions from Washington. If she's playing games, we'll find out. Alex's heart pounded as the doors slammed behind him. He knew this was only the beginning. The bond was growing stronger, too strong to hide, and if the generals didn't fear it yet, they soon would. For somewhere deep inside, Alex felt it, a change that could alter not just one life, but the fate of two worlds. The desert base felt different now. The air was heavy, as if everyone could sense a storm coming. Soldiers walked faster, officers whispered more, and cameras never stopped watching Leora. Dr. Alex Carter was no longer allowed near her. After the strange blackout, General Stone had ordered him away. But even locked in a separate wing, Alex could not stop thinking about her silver eyes, the way she had touched her stomach, and the truth she had not spoken aloud. He feared he already knew it. Late one night, Alex sat in his room with a guarded door outside. He stared at the small table where his notebook lay open. His hands shook as he wrote words he never thought he would put on paper. She is carrying something that should not exist. A knock came. The guard opened the door, and a nervous young officer stepped in. Dr. Carter, you're needed in the command room now. Alex followed, his chest tight. The command room was filled with generals and scientists. Screens glowed with images from space. On them, more alien ships had appeared. Not one, not two. A fleet. General Stone's face was grim. They're here earlier than promised, and they're not sending a welcome signal. The alien fleet hung above Earth like silent predators. Their ships glowed with the same silver lines as Leora's arrival craft, but these were larger, shaped like blades, and bristling with power. They know, Alex whispered, without meaning to. Stone turned. What do you mean? Alex hesitated, but the truth pressed against his throat like fire. They know something changed with Leora. She's different now. And they're coming for her. Murmurs filled the room. Some officers scoffed, others looked pale. Different how? Stone demanded. Alex opened his mouth, but before he could answer, alarms blared. Incoming transmission! A soldier shouted. The main screen filled with a face, alien, sharp-featured, glowing with the same crystal skin as Leora. But his eyes were harder, colder. He spoke in his own tongue. Then his words shifted into English. I am Commander Valen. You have one of ours. Return her at once. She is no longer fit to be among you." "Unfit?" Stone asked, his voice sharp. "Explain yourself." Valen's silver eyes flashed. "She has broken our law. She has become corrupted. Her mission is over. Hand her to us, or Earth will suffer." The transmission cut without waiting for an answer. The room went silent. Stone slammed his fist on the table. "They've given us no choice. We either give her back or face war." Alex's heart pounded. He couldn't stay quiet any longer. "If you give her back, they'll kill her." The generals turned. Stone's glare was sharp. "And if we don't, they'll kill us. Do you understand, Carter?" Alex felt his stomach twist. He understood too well. Leora was in danger not just from Earth's soldiers, but from her own people. And the reason was inside her. That night, Alex made his move. When the guards outside his door grew tired, he used the only trick he had, a small distraction with his notebook dropped through the bars. When one guard bent to pick it up, Alex shoved the door, hard. It was reckless, desperate, but it worked long enough for him to slip out. He ran through the dim hallways, alarms buzzing faintly in the distance. He knew where they kept her. At last he reached the secure chamber. 2 guards stood there, but before they could react, the lights flickered. Again. Machines buzzed and screens went black. The bond was acting up, even across walls. Doors slid, open on their own, and there she was. Leora sat on the floor, her hands folded over her stomach, her silver glow softer than before. She looked up at him, her expression calm but filled with something almost human. Relief. "You came," she whispered. Alex stepped inside, closing the door. "They're going to hand you over to your people." Her face tightened with fear. "Then it is over. They will end me before I can speak the truth." "Then tell me now," Alex urged. "What truth?" She hesitated. For a long moment, the only sound was the faint hum of broken lights. Then she whispered, "I carry a child." Alex's breath stopped. Even though he had guessed, hearing it out loud shook him like thunder. That's impossible." Her silver eyes softened. "Impossible, yes. Forbidden, yes. But real." He stumbled back, his chest burning. The room seemed smaller, heavier. "If your people know, they will not allow it," she finished for him. "They will see the child as a threat, a danger to their order, and your people will fear it as much as mine do." Alex pressed his hand to his head. "Then what do we do?" Leora looked at him with a quiet strength. "We run. Before either side destroys us." Outside, alarms screamed louder. The base shook as the alien fleet shifted closer in orbit. War was a heartbeat away. Alex looked at her. Not just an alien, not just a weapon, but a woman carrying something that could change everything. And in that moment, he knew the truth was no longer forbidden, it was alive. The desert base was no longer safe. The alien fleet hung above Earth like sharp silver knives, and the human military prepared for war. Inside, alarms never stopped screaming, and soldiers moved with tense faces. Dr. Alex Carter stood in the shadows of a hallway, his heart racing. He knew the truth now. Leora was carrying something impossible, a child that belonged to both their worlds. Neither side would allow it to live. Humans feared what they didn't understand, and aliens called it forbidden. They would destroy her. Destroy them both. Alex couldn't let that happen. He reached the secure chamber where Leora was locked. Guards shouted orders as the building shook from distant blasts. The alien fleet was sending warnings, bright beams of light cutting across the desert sky, not hitting the base yet, but close enough to show their power. Alex pressed his hand to the scanner. He had stolen a pass from a careless officer. The door clicked open. Inside, Leora stood waiting. Her silver glow dimmed as if she had been conserving her strength, but when she saw Alex, her eyes lit with something warmer than light. "You came back," she whispered. Always, Alex said, his voice rough. But we don't have much time, they're preparing to hand you over. Her gaze hardened. If they take me, I will not survive. The child will not survive. Then we run, Alex said firmly. She hesitated only a second, then nodded. Together, they slipped into the corridor. Soldiers were rushing the other way, distracted by alarms and explosions outside. Alex led her down back passages, through storage rooms, and finally to an exit gate at the far side of the base. The desert stretched. Before them, endless and cold. They ran. Sand crunched under their feet as searchlights swept the horizon. Leora's breath came soft but heavy. Alex kept glancing at her, worried. She was not like a human. Her body glowed faintly and each step seemed harder for her now. Are you okay? He asked. I will endure, she answered. But her hand pressed to her stomach and Alex knew she was weakening. Behind them, sirens grew louder. Voices shouted. They had been discovered. Then the sky cracked open. A silver pod shot down from the alien fleet, blazing like fire. It slammed into the sand ahead of them, throwing dust into the air. When it cleared, 3 alien soldiers stood in their glowing armor, weapons aimed. Alex skidded to a halt. Leora grabbed his arm. They're here for me, she said quietly. Not you. Run while you can. But Alex shook his head. I'm not leaving you. The alien soldiers advanced. Their voices were sharp, commanding in their strange tongue. Then one switched to English. Return with us, Leora. Your mission is over. Your weakness will be erased. Leora's silver eyes flared with defiance. I am not weak. I carry life. The soldier raised his weapon. Before he could fire, gunshots exploded from behind. Human soldiers poured out of the base, shouting and firing. Bullets sparked off alien shields. Explosions lit the night. The battlefield had found them. Alex grabbed Leora's hand. This way. They ran into the dunes, caught between 2 armies that wanted them both gone. Beams of alien energy tore across the sand, burning holes in the Yao ground. Human missiles screamed overhead, exploding against alien shields. The air was filled with fire and smoke. Leora stumbled, her glow flickering. Alex caught her. Hold on! Her voice trembled. The child! It calls to them. That is why they always find us. Alex looked up. The alien soldiers were tracking them easily as if pulled by an invisible signal. The child was broadcasting its existence. We need to hide, Alex said. Somewhere they can't track us. He spotted a dark ridge of rocks rising from the desert. They ran toward it, dodging blasts and bullets. The ground shook beneath them. Finally, they reached a cave hidden among the stones. Alex helped Leora. Inside, the walls shielding them from sight. In the darkness, her glow lit the space with soft silver. She leaned against the stone, breathing hard. Alex knelt beside her. You're safe for now. Her eyes met his. No, we are never safe. Not while the child lives inside me. Alex's throat tightened. Then we protect it. We protect you, whatever it takes. Her hand trembled as she reached for his. For the first time, her perfect calm broke and he saw fear in her eyes. They will never stop hunting us, she whispered. Outside, the desert roared with war. Alien ships cut across the sky, human missiles chased them, and fire rained down on the sand. The world was tearing itself apart, and at the center of it all, hidden in a cave, sat a human and an alien carrying the most forbidden life in the galaxy. Alex tightened his grip on her hand. Then let them come. I'll fight them all if I have to. Leora studied his face, her silver eyes softening. You do not understand. It is not only soldiers who will come for us. It is the leaders of your world, the rulers of mine. And if they learn the truth, both sides will destroy us to erase this bond. Alex swallowed hard. Then we don't let them learn the truth. We run. We hide. Until the time is right. The cave trembled as another explosion shook the desert. Leora leaned her head against the stone, closing her eyes. You speak like a fighter, Alex Carter. But the fight ahead is bigger than you know. In the darkness, Alex whispered back. Then we fight together. The war outside raged louder, but in that small cave something stronger was born, a bond neither side could break, and though Alex did not know it yet, their escape was only the beginning. The true hunt had just begun. The cave walls trembled with every explosion. Dust fell from the ceiling. Outside, the desert burned as humans and aliens clashed. The night sky glowed red with fire and silver with alien beams. Inside, Alex held Leora close. Her glow was faint now, her strength weakening. She pressed her hand against her stomach, her silver eyes full of worry. "The signal grows stronger," she whispered. "They will find us again. We cannot hide forever." Alex clenched his fists. "Then we don't hide. We make a choice. We decide what happens next, not them." Her gaze searched his face, soft and sad. "Your people want me dead. My people want me erased. What choice is left for us?" Before Alex could answer, a deep rumble shook the ground. The cave mouth lit up with blinding light. Shadows moved outside. Voices echoed. Soldiers, both human and alien, closing in from opposite sides. They were surrounded. Alex's chest tightened. He looked at Leora. "If they capture us, they'll take the child. They'll kill you. I can't let that happen." Her voice was calm, almost too calm. "Then you must let me go. If I surrender, perhaps they will spare you." "No," Alex snapped. "Don't say that. I won't survive if I lose you." She touched his cheek gently, her fingers warm despite her glow fading. "Alex Carter, you are only one man. You cannot fight armies." "Maybe not," Alex whispered, his voice shaking. "But I can choose to stand. I can choose you." Her silver eyes softened, shimmering with something almost human. Tears. Then the cave mouth exploded inward. Rocks flew as soldiers stormed. In on one side, human soldiers with rifles shouting orders. On the other, alien warriors with glowing armor and silver blades. Both sides froze when they saw Leora and Alex together, her glowing form pressed against his. Guns rose. Blades aimed. The air shook with tension. "Step away from the alien, Carter." General Stone's voice thundered. His face was hard, his pistol raised. "She's a threat to Earth. Move now." At the same time, Commander Valen's voice cut, sharp through the cave. "Release her, human. She belongs to us. What she carries cannot be allowed to live." Leora's eyes darted between the two sides. Both armies ready to kill. Both armies demanding the same thing. Her end. Her voice trembled. "This is it. They will not stop until one side destroys the other." Alex stepped forward, shielding her with his body. His voice was steady now. "You want her? You'll have to go through me first." The cave went silent. Stone's face darkened. "You're a fool, Carter. That thing inside her could doom our world." Valen's silver eyes glowed. "And it could destroy mine. There can be no child. It must end tonight," Leora whispered, her voice breaking. "Alex, maybe they are right. Maybe this child should not be born." Alex turned to her, his face fierce. "No, don't say that. This child is proof. Proof that we don't have to be enemies. Proof that we can be more." Her hand trembled against his chest. "You believe in hope? My people believe in control. Your people believe in fear. Which belief will win?" Outside, the battle raged, louder. Inside, the standoff grew sharper, and then Leora's body convulsed. She gasped, her knees buckling. Alex caught her as she cried out in pain. Her glow pulsed bright, then dimmed again. "It's happening," she whispered. "The child. It comes sooner than I thought." Panic rippled through both armies. Weapons shifted, voices shouted. "Don't let it be born," Valen roared. "Take her down before it's too late," Stone ordered. Soldiers advanced, Alex shouted, his voice breaking. "Stop! All of you!" He raised his hands, shielding Leora's trembling body. "Can't you see? This is bigger than your fear. Bigger than your orders. This child is not death. It's life. For a moment, silence filled the cave. Soldiers hesitated. The glow from Leora's body grew brighter, filling the cave with silver light. The child's presence pulsed like a heartbeat, shaking the air. Some soldiers stumbled back, fear in their eyes. Others lowered their weapons, confused. Even Valen and Stone hesitated, caught between duty and something they could not explain. Leora clutched Alex's hand, her voice weak but steady. You choose now, Alex. Do we surrender to them? Or do we fight for this life? Alex looked at her, then at the soldiers, then at the glowing light growing inside the cave. His choice was clear. We fight, he said. Outside, thunder rolled across the desert as alien ships and human jets clashed. Inside the cave, a new storm was about to begin, a storm not of war but of birth. And no one, not human nor alien, knew what would come next. The cave burned with silver light. Leora's body shook as pain tore through her. Alex held her close, his arms around her, shielding her from the guns and blades aimed at them. Soldiers from both sides stood frozen, their weapons trembling in their hands as the glow grew brighter and brighter. The child was coming. Outside, the war raged. Explosions, fire, and screaming engines filled the desert sky. Inside, the air was heavy with silence, broken only by Leora's gasps and Alex's desperate words. Stay with me, Alex whispered, his voice rough. You're not alone. I'm here. Her silver eyes shimmered, tears glistening. I was trained never to feel, never to break. But you... Her voice faltered as another wave of pain struck. You made me human. The light around her grew so strong it forced soldiers to shield their eyes. Monitors in the base miles away flickered, machines failing. The child's energy pulsed like a heartbeat across the land. And then the moment came. With one last cry, Leora collapsed against Alex. In his arms, wrapped in silver glow, a small form appeared. A child. Not fully human, not fully alien. Its skin glowed faintly. Its eyes, when they opened, shone with a strange mix of colors, silver and human brown. The cave went silent. The child let out a soft cry, a sound both strange and familiar. And then something impossible happened. The soldiers lowered their weapons, their anger, their fear, and it drained away, replaced by awe. The glow from the child spread through the cave like a wave, calming hearts, silencing rage. Even the sound of war outside seemed to fade for a moment. General Stone's face hardened, but his hand shook as he lowered his pistol. What is this? Commander Valen stared, his silver eyes wide. A child of both worlds. It should not exist. Alex stood, holding the newborn in his arms. His voice carried strength he had never known before. It does exist, and it belongs to neither of you. This child belongs to humanity, to Earth, to me. His words echoed in the cave. Soldiers shifted uncomfortably, uncertain. Valen stepped forward, his voice sharp. Give it to us, now. It is an abomination. Alex shook his head, holding the child close to his chest. No. You call it an abomination because you fear it. But fear is not truth. This child is proof. Proof that we don't have to destroy each other. Proof that there can be more than war. Leora, weak but conscious, raised her head. Her voice was faint but steady. He is right. My people sent me as a weapon, but I became something else. I became a mother. This child is not a threat. It is hope. For a long moment, silence filled the cave. Soldiers on both sides shifted. Some looked afraid, others looked moved, and then, outside, the alien fleet fired a warning beam into the desert. The ground shook, sand exploding in the distance. Valen's voice thundered. Hope is weakness. We cannot allow this. Stone's voice cut back, cold and firm. Nor can we. Carter handed over. Alex's heart pounded. 2 armies, 2 commanders, both demanding the same thing. He stood between them, holding the child that was more important than all their weapons. His voice was steady now. "No. You'll have to kill me first." He stepped forward, raising the child high, its glow shining brighter than the soldiers' lights. "Look at it," he shouted. "This is not death, this is life. You fear it because you know it changes everything. But change is what we need." The child let out another cry, soft, innocent. The glow pulsed again, and this time, soldiers dropped their weapons, not from orders, not from fear, but from something deeper. Their hearts felt it. The bond. Even Stone and Valen hesitated. Leora struggled to her feet, leaning against the cave wall. Her voice carried across the chamber. "You cannot stop what is already born. This child is the bridge between our worlds. Kill us, and you kill the only chance for peace." The silence stretched, and then, slowly, the alien soldiers stepped back. Their blades lowered. Human soldiers followed, uncertain but unable to fight against the calm that filled the cave. Valen's jaw tightened. His eyes burned with anger, but even he did not move. He turned sharply, signaling his warriors. One by one, they faded back into the desert night. General Stone clenched his fists, his face hard, but he knew the truth. To kill them now in front of his own men would spark rebellion. With a sharp order, he too pulled his soldiers back. The cave was empty but for Alex, Leora, and the newborn child. Alex sank to his knees, holding the baby close. Leora lowered herself beside him, her glowing hand brushing the child's face. "It is alive," she whispered. "Against all odds, it is alive." Alex looked into her silver eyes. "And now we protect it, no matter what comes." Above the desert, the alien fleet retreated into the stars, shaken by what they had witnessed. Human soldiers returned to their base in silence, unsure of what the future held, and in the quiet cave, a new life began. Not just for Alex, not just for Leora, but for two worlds that had finally seen what could be born when fear was broken. The child's small hand gripped Alex's finger, and for the first time in history, humanity held the future of two species in its arms.